Hi, Megan. Thank you for meeting with me. I know that when I had done group with everyone, you had stated you wanted more insight regarding coping skills and self care. So I just want to take this time to be with you one on one so that we can go over that if that's okay with you.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Well, just before we begin, I just want to let you know that with this meeting, it'll be confidential. So anything that you say will be stayed in this room. But if you're talking about harming yourself or others, I will have to notify someone above me. Okay. Alrighty. So then I just have these 3 worksheets here, just regarding coping skills and self care. I just want to know from you, like, what do you think coping skills are for you?
I know, like, hearing you go over these, I wanted to get more like an individual perspective, or at least to talk like about sometimes my coping skills are not so healthy, and other times they're pretty healthy. I think sometimes in those moments where I'm frustrated or angry or disappointed or even stressed, I resort to the unhealthy one. So I just kind of wanted to meet with you so we could go over this.
Okay, yeah, I mean, you're definitely not alone with that. I know a lot of people definitely tend to resort to the unhealthy coping skills. And then that's why we're here and we're trying to help you and recognize other healthy coping skills.
Okay.
So there's some unhealthy and healthy coping skills. So this worksheet here will just kind of tell you some unhealthy ones and some healthy ones. So if you wanted to take a look at that and just tell me here, like, what are the ones that are healthy that you have used or would want to use?
Okay. I definitely listen to music, on my way home. Sometimes when I'm working, I listen to music. I remember in a class that I took that there was this one. It's kind of like lo-fi, or is it lo-fi? I think it's called lo-fi. And it's just like no real music, nothing, and it just helps me kind of stay focused.
Is it just more of like the rhythm and the beat?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Going outside is helpful, especially right now with the weather the way it is. It is very pleasant to be, to just possibly sit outside.
Right.
I do use a lot of fidget toys, a lot. And they're just really helpful to just kind of be in the moment.
Yeah, they definitely is. I know I use a lot of fidget toys myself.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's something that's helpful with you, I know we do have some, so I can bring some to you as well.
Okay.
So if you want to use while your time here, and then also just take them home for you to utilize when you're having those tough times.
Okay. Unhealthy, I would say sometimes I do avoid the problem. That would probably be the only thing. I don't do any of those other things, but sometimes avoidance for me is helpful in the moment, but in the long term, it's not so helpful.
Right. I mean, it may seem like it's the best thing for you at the moment because you don't want to think about it, you don't want to hear about it, or even talk about it. But I do believe that once you start to talk about it and really have all those feelings that you feel when you talk about these kind of hard situations, it just allows you to feel everything and be able to overcome all your emotions as well. So definitely being able to face the problem head on is something that we can work on as well.
Okay.
And then I just also wanted to talk about, like, there's like those healthy coping skills, but sometimes when you do too much of it, it can lead to being unhealthy. So some examples of that just could be like a healthy coping skills could be like eating. Eating your favorite snack, you want to eat a fruit, eat a Cheez-Its, Goldfish, anything like that. But once you start eating too much of it, it starts affecting yourself, your health, your mobility, anything like that. So that's when it also can cross that line to being an unhealthy balance. And same with like crying, or self-isolating. Sometimes it might seem good to, if you're in a rough spot, you're having an argument with a coworker, to just walk away and give yourself some space, but also not letting yourself be isolated all at the same time would be something good. So that's where coping skills of giving yourself that space is good. But if you isolate too much and you're just always alone, that's when it kind of might be unhealthy.
Okay.
And then what are some that you have been wanting to try, like some coping skills that you've wanted to try, whether that be working out, whether that be watching more movies, waking up, doing your hair, doing your makeup, anything like that?
I used to walk a lot before my car accident. That's something that I've been putting off for, it's been like 4.5 years.
Okay.
And also I do have like a monthly massage that I neglect to do. It's one of those things where, I've got to make the appointment. I mean, it's not like I'm losing my money because I get credit for it, credits.
Good, yeah.
So it's just making it kind of like a regular thing. And I know my massage therapist says, why don't you schedule a follow-up one? And I'm like, no, I'll do it. And of course, that's how many months ago,
Right, yeah.
So it's just those kind of things I want to do.
Yeah. What's a good, like, since she said that she would want to, like, schedule your follow-up right then and there when you're done, maybe something you could do next time is actually do it. So maybe you can get that appointment set up and then actually go and attend, so that, it helps not only physically with that massage, but mentally as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. So this worksheet is just what we talked about, the coping skills, what you've already used, what you're trying to use, what you have used that is unhealthy, and coping skills that you're not willing to try. So that's just, you can fill it on your own time, or whenever you also just feel that anxiety or depression or any of those feelings, you can go ahead and fill that out.
Okay.
And then I just also wanted to talk about the self-care strategies that we talked about in the last group. So this worksheet here just states about the self-care strategies, being prepared, being in the moment, to recover, and to maintain. So whenever you see prepare, sometimes it's like something's going on, like at work you have a big deadline coming up. So, and you're kind of getting that anxiety, like, okay, it's due in a week. Oh, now it's due in 5 days. Now it's due in 3. Oh my God, it's tomorrow. So just being prepared. So that's can be, I know a lot of people do thrive in like procrastination, but so that's why you just have to find your level of how you function. So being prepared would really help you, and it does come into like the self-care strategies, because if you're taking care of yourself and your duties outside of like your personal life, like your work, then it would really help you mentally and also just emotionally. Sometimes like just having a lot of that anxiety because of the deadline can be really stressful. So being prepared, knowing how to manage that stress as well, like, okay, I know I'm going to be stressed for this week, so you know what, this week I'm going to ask so-and-so to watch my kids. I'm going to go for a run this morning so I can clear my head and be ready. I'm gonna eat very healthy this week. So just being prepared in those moments is something that's self-care, so that way you can feel better about yourself, do better, because when you show up for yourself, you show up for others. Okay.
I like that.
And do you have any questions about that prepare one?
No, I mean, I totally understand what you're excuse me. I understand, like, the reason why, because I've been in situations where I may not have a phone number of somebody I need to call, or maybe a document that's being asked, and I don't have it with me. Like, I'll give you an example. So I was supposed to do like a training about fire or something like that, I can't remember, and I didn't bring my notebook that has like the password, my user ID and my password, because it was at home, and you know, it was on a Sunday, and so IT is not available. So I had to do it Monday, you know.
Gotcha.
So it was kind of like,
Yeah, that definitely does seem very overwhelming. And just, yeah, going back to that preparation, making sure sometimes it's even like, okay, I'm gonna be doing all of this, so I should wake up earlier. So that way you have that time to like, and not be in a rush.
Yeah.
Just, okay, I'm gonna wake up, go for a run, shower, eat, make sure I have everything. Or even just doing it the night before as well, something that can be good.
okay.
So then, in the moment, the self-care strategy, it just really talks about the continued stress and like the building of the anxiety. So like you just have to like feel in the moment. So whenever you're feeling that anxiety, you shouldn't just like, no, I don't care about it. No, I don't want to talk about it, or I don't want to feel this. Why am I feeling this anxiety? And it kind of just creates more of that anxiety. So for you to be in the moment and engaging in like whatever it is, the task you're doing at hand. If it's like just showering, think mindfulness thoughts, you know, you don't have to think about all this anxiety. Just being in the moment with your kids, with your pet, with your significant other or friends. And that's just something that gives you like, that's your time, you know, your time to do fun things, to be with your girlfriends, your family, anything like that. So nothing should take away from that. So really being in the moment, letting those thoughts just, you know, for another time, right now I'm enjoying what I need to do. And that will increase your own like happiness, like emotional mentality and everything like that, because you're actually spending that quality time with the people you love.
Okay.
Any questions on that one? Okay. And then self-care one is recover. So let's say that you had that big deadline for your work, and so that passed already. So now you just feel this big relief, and now you're like, now what? You know, what do I do? So being able to recover from all that anxiety, like that takes all like so much away from you. So just being like, okay, like that's over. Now I can focus on myself. Okay, I did all this. I deserve that massage. I deserve a walk at night, a walk to the park, a day with my friends, you know. Any little thing that you think brings you happiness or just that peacefulness is more so what that is, having to reconnect with yourself and your environment and whatever that might be.
Okay. All right.
And
that
then,
makes sense, kind of like rewarding yourself, right? Like, okay, I did this.
Yeah.
Now I can do this other thing.
Right. I mean, life is tough. I mean, even it's just like a little thing, you know, even if it's just like, wow, I got up this morning and it was a lot for me because I went through this, and that, or I just was feeling depressed and I got up this morning and I'm so proud of myself. I'm going to go get a Starbucks coffee or anything like that.
Okay.
That's just celebrating the little things is good.
Okay.
All right. And then the last one is maintain. So getting clear on your values and acting in accordance, being comfortable. So going to like social events, going to anything like coworker related, like if they invite you to any outings or parties or luncheons, anything like that, maintaining that connection to the social world, not letting yourself be isolated. Like, oh, I finished all this, now I don't get to talk to you, now I don't need to do this. Like, it's still being able to maintain that work-life balance or school-life balance, or just like personal, family, and friend balance.
Okay.
So being able to ensure that you have like that social awareness and being able to find happiness within others and other things or activities that you do as well.
Okay.
Did you have any questions on that one?
No, I like the example they're using, going to a social event despite anxiety. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, really pushing yourself when, you know, I know it's like very anxiety driven, like big events or like even things that you're just not used to, it's not your comfort zone. So really challenging yourself is where you're able to do that. And like sometimes I even will just be like, you know, I don't know these people, I don't want to go. But once I decide to go, I'm like, you know what, like it was so fun. Like I wish I would have like just said yes from the beginning, you know?
Yeah.
So I definitely think that these are really good strategies. So just, these are for you to keep. So
Okay.
for the self-care strategies, just remember to prepare, be in the moment, being able to recover after very stressful events, and maintaining your connection with all of that.
Okay. This is really helpful because, sometimes I get a little shy and I don't really want to share in group. So just being able to meet with you and do this is really helpful.
Yeah, I'm really glad that you were able to reach out, and that's probably something that was giving you anxiety, like should I reach out, should I not? But I'm really glad that you did, and I hope that these worksheets do help you, and we'll talk more about these things in group as well. But if you need more time to discuss these topics, I'm always willing to hear you out.
Yeah, I have a whole notebook about everything that you guys give to us in group, so I'll be looking through them when I leave. So thank you.
No problem. Do you have any other questions or anything you need to tell me?
No.
Alright.
Maybe what time is lunch?
It's at 12:10.
How much time we have?
About 45 minutes.
Okay.
Alrighty. Thank you, Megan.
You're welcome.
Have a good day.
You too.